Greetings, this is Priyanka Gupta. This video will help you to get a brief idea about radio wave propagation. Till the end of the video, you will be able to gain knowledge about what actually radio wave propagation is, what are its modes of propagation, and their details. Radio propagation is the behavior of radio waves when they are transmitted or propagated from one point on the earth to another or into various parts of the atmosphere. Like light waves, radio waves are also affected by the phenomena of reflection, refraction, diffraction, absorption, polarization, and scattering. Now, before jumping towards what actually radio wave propagation means, let's see what does these two words tell us independently. Now, what are radio waves? Radio waves comprises of both electric as well as magnetic fields. The two fields are at right angles to each other and the direction of propagation is at right angles to both the fields. As you can see in the figure, the electric field is in x direction, the magnetic field is in y direction, and hence the direction of propagation is in the z direction. Now, what do you meant by propagation? Basically, radio waves flow from the transmitter's oscillating antenna to the receiver's oscillating antenna, but not always directly. Now, because radio waves travel in a variety of ways to the receiver, a knowledge of propagation is very important in getting the most enjoyment of the amateur radio. Now, let's see how does the signal travels. Now, when we deal with radio signals, the transmission and reception takes place in three forms. The very first one is the line of sight, the second one is the ground wave, and the third one is the sky wave. Now look at this table. This table shows you the modes of propagation along with their frequency of operation and their applications too. Now the very first one is the ground waves. Ground waves operate at very low frequencies and the medium frequencies. The applications are the submarine communication, AM, FM and television broadcasting. The second one is space or line of sight waves. Frequencies on which it operates are the high frequencies, very high frequencies or ultra high frequencies. The applications are the satellite communication and the mobile communication. The very third one is the sky waves, which operates on 2 MHz to 30 MHz frequencies, and the applications are microwave link and radar communication. Now let's look on all of these three in details. Now let's talk about the line of sight propagation. Line of sight propagation is very useful at very high frequencies and ultra high frequencies. They are basically for high frequency bands. This kind of propagation is possible if, for suppose, we have two high towers which can see each other. Then only this LOS is possible. But there is a certain limitation for how much distance you can communicate. You know why? Because of the Earth's curvature. There is a certain distance beyond which we cannot see. But for that we have two ways. The very first one is either we can use the satellite for the communication, or the second way is the ionosphere. Basically it's the natural phenomena which helps us to carry out long distance. Now let's see something about the ground wave propagation. That free space propagation cannot occur on globe, that is on Earth, because there is no free space on it. There is one kind of medium above the surface and another kind of medium below the surface. So we can do it in space, right? Far away from heavenly bodies between 2 points. But how? The waves actually propagates through spherical wave fronts. When there is a medium which is bounded on one side by a conductor, there is some guided wave gets supported. So this ground wave is a guided wave because it is guided by the surface of the earth. So this is called the ground wave, supported in fairly narrow frequency band or the lower frequencies. They are actually vertically polarized because of the lesser energy is absorbed in it, and as the wave travels, level becomes lesser due to attenuation. And as I told you before, it is useful at low frequencies, as you can see in the figure. Now let's look on the third mode of propagation, that is sky wave propagation. These waves travel upwards into the space towards the sky and get reflected back to the receiver. Remember, I told you about the second way of communication for longer distances? Yeah, so that is with the help of ionospheric waves. Basically, the ionospheric is an ionized region which lies approximately between 60 km to 450 km of atmosphere. It is actually a layer of charged particles somewhere a couple of kilometers above the surface of the earth. So basically the ionospheric waves are useful for frequencies between 2 MHz to 30 MHz. Now what if the frequencies are above 30 MHz? They will go out of the earth, out from the ionosphere. They will never come back. Basically the standard propagation laws will always take place. The inverse square law, as you go away from the source, the intensity will be proportional to 1 over r square. That is, they're ideally with free space. So this is not exactly the free space, but roughly same kind. As you could see in the figure, the waves with frequency above 30 MHz, the line shown with the red ones, they go, if they are above 30 MHz, they go out of the earth and they do not come back. And the one with less than 30 MHz, they get reflected within the ionosphere and are received by the receiver. But we always say that every problem has a solution. We even have a solution for the waves having frequencies greater than 30 MHz. We are having active reflectors or the passive reflectors much above the surface of the earth. If the wave is being transmitted from the transmitter, and if it is only reflected back without any kind of transmission, then that reflector is called passive satellite. But if it is retransmitted back, then it becomes an active satellite. So this was all about the waves of propagation, the modes of propagation, about their frequencies and many more. Hope you are clear with the concept. Thank you.